If you're on Facebook, you might have noticed a video posted on your feed called A Year in Review. And usually what it is a bunch of photos or things that you've posted on your own Facebook page that have gotten a lot of attention. It could be pictures or videos. Well, a lot of people like this. They like the little Year in Review, and they've shared it to their friends. But one person by the name of Eric Meyer found this feature devastating because he lost his daughter this year, and the Year in Review included a photo of his daughter. Now, a caption that goes along with the video says, "It's been a great year, thanks for being part of it." So he sees that caption, and then he goes on to the Year in Review post, right? And it's actually a series of photos and things. It's not really a video. And what he saw really, really upset him. He saw pictures of his daughter, and it reminded him of something terrible that he went through this year. So he said the following in a blog post: "For those of us who lived through the death of loved ones or spent extended time in the hospital or were hit by divorce or losing a job or any one of 100 crises, we might not want another look at this past year."
It's unfortunate, of course, because there are going to be people who had terrible years. And when they see the message, "It's been a great year, thanks for being a part of it," it's going to rub them the wrong way. Jared tells me that you can actually edit that if you're going to send that out.
Yeah.
But that's how it comes in the beginning. Now, I happened to see it this morning. Now, I normally don't check my own personal account on Facebook, which I very, very rarely use. But I do use the official Cenk Uygur one. That's where I tell some stories and stuff like that that happen to me when I'm not on the show, right? But I happened to be on it this morning, my personal account, and it showed me this. Now, the reason I tell you I don't use it very often is because I didn't put up the pictures. But they're the pictures that I was tagged in by my family and stuff like that, and I got more likes, etc. And you know what? I got to say, it was brilliant. Now, I didn't think about the consequences for people who had bad years and the pictures and the memories that could have triggered, etc. But for me, it was as if the algorithm had manufactured it for me and knew, oh, in April is when you first went to the Toronto Film Festival and had the release of Mad as Hell, the film, and then it had a bunch of things from our comedy shows in San Francisco and Los Angeles. It had Thanksgiving at my parents' house. And I even showed it to my wife. I'm like, this is lovely. It's like the most lovely thing Facebook's ever done. So then when I saw this story, I thought, well, you know, I'm not sure this guy, as tragic as his story is, has the right to say, hey, you know what? Facebook shouldn't do this because I had a bad year, right? But it turns out he's not saying that at all.
No, he's not. So the project manager behind this, a guy by the name of Jonathan Geller, found out about this because the Washington Post picked up the blog that Eric Meyer did, and they talked about it, you know, the downsides of this automatic algorithm. And Jonathan Geller felt really bad, so he actually contacted Meyer and apologized. And Meyer's reaction to the apology was actually really interesting. So the first thing I want to say is I owe the Year in Review team in specific and Facebook in general an apology. No, not the other way around. So I guess after he heard a very sincere and genuine apology from Geller, he felt bad about the blog post, and he didn't really expect it to get picked up by Washington Post.
Yeah, he said, look, I wrote the blog for my family and friends. I didn't expect that the whole world would pick it up. And he said, and in fact, he did an explanation on his blog entitled, well, that escalated quickly.
Yeah.
He said, I didn't intend for this to be like Facebook sucks, and I can't believe they do this overall. And he's like, I didn't intend for it to go to the Washington Post or any other publication.
Right.
So this apology is not like a Dick Cheney-esque apology where, remember when he shot his friend in the face and then that friend came out of the hospital and apologized to Dick Cheney for getting shot by him? So it's not that kind of apology. There's no force, there's no pressure or anything like that. He's just a decent guy who said, look, I didn't mean to cause all this trouble. It's not their fault. Right. I understand they're doing what they're doing, and I understand that a lot of people enjoyed it. So,
look, it's interesting that he was understanding toward the end. I'm glad that he was understanding. But also, just to play devil's advocate, I don't know. I think that it's very strange for Facebook to compile your best moments of the year and then send you a video of it. First of all,
it's pictures, but...
pictures of the year. Look, I already know what my best moments of the year are. Like, I don't need Facebook.
Please,
no, I don't need Facebook to remind me.
I've had a lot of great moments. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Go ahead. We touched that. That was awkward. Okay.
Worse. God. Anyway.
No, I know what you're saying, Anna. You don't need Facebook to be your friend.
Yeah.
The point of Facebook is a platform where you can interact with your friends.
With
it
your real
doesn't-
friends.
Right. It doesn't have to artificially become your
Right.
friend, right?
Right.
So that's a good point, and I understand that.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm a low-tech guy, so when they put it together, I was like, oh, that's kind of nice.
You're so sentimental.
I am.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm like Mr. Nostalgia. I will go back to like places I lived and drive around and be like, oh, that's where I had lunch.
Oh my God, you're
People
unbearable.
are like, so what? And then I subject my girlfriends and eventually my wife to it, and they're like, no one cares where you had lunch.
Yeah.
But it was a really good lunch.